You're not unlucky. You're avoiding the life you want. Alan Watts. Luck is a story we tell to excuse the choices we never make. You've been telling yourself you're unlucky for so long that you actually believe it. Bad things just happen to you. Good opportunities pass you by. Other people get the breaks while you get the scraps. But Alan Watts understood something about human nature that will shatter this comfortable lie. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. You're not unlucky. You're scared. Scared of making the wrong choice, so you make no choice. Scared of failing, so you never try. Scared of succeeding, so you sabotage yourself before you can. You've convinced yourself that life happens to you, when the reality is that you're happening to life. Every day. With every decision you avoid, every risk you don't take, every door you don't walk through, your bad luck isn't random. It's the predictable result of a life lived in the passenger seat. Let me describe what your relationship with life feels like right now. You're always waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and change everything for you. You see other people living the lives you want, and you think they're so lucky. They got the good breaks. They were in the right place at the right time. But you never ask yourself, where were you when those opportunities were available? What were you doing when those doors were open? You were probably waiting for a guarantee, waiting for certainty, waiting for someone to promise you that if you took the risk, it would definitely work out. But life doesn't work that way. And deep down, you know it. You've become addicted to the story of your own powerlessness. It's easier to blame luck than to admit you're afraid. It's more comfortable to be a victim of circumstances than to be responsible for your choices. When something good happens to someone else, you say they're lucky. When something bad happens to you, you say you're unlucky. But when something good happens to you, you downplay it. And when something bad happens to someone else, you find reasons why they deserved it. You've created a worldview where you're always the exception, always the one who gets dealt a bad hand, always the one who misses out. But here's what you're really missing out on: the life you could be living if you stopped waiting for permission and started making moves. You complain about being stuck, but you won't apply for the job. You complain about being lonely, but you won't put yourself out there. You complain about being broke, but you won't take the financial risks that could change your situation. You want the results of a bold life while living a safe one. You want the rewards of courage while practicing cowardice. You want the fruits of action while choosing inaction. And then you wonder why nothing changes. You've turned bad luck into an identity. It's become your excuse for everything. Why you're not where you want to be. Why you don't have what you want to have. Why you're not who you want to be. But what if I told you that your bad luck is actually your unconscious mind protecting you from the very thing you say you want? Here's why you think you're unlucky, and why that belief is destroying your life. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, not to make you happy. And for most of human history, safe meant predictable. Predictable meant staying with the tribe, following the rules, not taking risks. So when opportunities arise, real opportunities that could change your life, your nervous system sounds the alarm. Danger, unknown territory, stick with what you know. And you listen. You find reasons why the opportunity isn't right, why the timing is off, why you're not ready, why it's too risky. But you don't say, I'm scared. You say, I'm unlucky. Because unlucky makes you the victim. Scared makes you responsible. Alan Watts understood this when he talked about the backwards law, the idea that the more you pursue something, the more it eludes you. But he wasn't talking about giving up. He was talking about the difference between grasping and flowing. When you grasp for luck, when you wait for it to save you, you're actually pushing it away. Because luck isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create through action, through showing up, through being present when opportunities arise. But here's what's really happening. You're not avoiding bad luck. You're avoiding responsibility. As long as you believe you're unlucky, you don't have to face the truth that you're choosing safety over growth. Comfort over possibility, certainty over adventure. You've created what psychologists call learned helplessness. You've convinced yourself that your circumstances are beyond your control, so you stop trying to control them. But the cruel irony is that by trying to avoid the pain of failure, you guarantee the pain of regret. By trying to avoid the risk of loss, you guarantee the loss of opportunity. Your bad luck isn't random events happening to you. It's the predictable result of a life lived in reaction instead of action. Every time you don't apply for the job, you increase the odds of staying unemployed. Every time you don't ask someone out, you increase the odds of staying single. Every time you don't start the business, you increase the odds of staying broke. You're not unlucky, you're just not playing the game. And here's the part no motivational speaker will ever tell you. Here's what no self-help guru, no life coach, no success expert will admit. Your belief in bad luck isn't just limiting you, it's serving you. It gives you an identity. It gives you an excuse. It gives you a reason to stay small without having to admit you're choosing to stay small. Being unlucky makes you special. It makes you the tragic hero of your own story. It gets you sympathy from others and pity from yourself. But more than that, it protects you from the scariest truth of all. You have more power than you're willing to use. Because if you're not unlucky, if your circumstances aren't beyond your control, then you have to face the fact that you're exactly where you chose to be. And that's terrifying. Because it means you could choose differently. Watt said, "You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself. But you've been keeping that aperture closed. You've been hiding from the universe instead of engaging with it. You've been so focused on avoiding bad outcomes that you've avoided all outcomes. You've been so afraid of making the wrong choice that you've made no choices at all. But here's what they don't want you to know. There are no wrong choices. There are only choices and consequences. And consequences are just information. When you make a choice and it doesn't work out, you haven't failed. You've learned. You've gathered data. You've eliminated one path so you can find another. But when you make no choice, you learn nothing. You gather no data. You eliminate no paths. You just stay exactly where you are, wondering why nothing changes. The people you think are lucky aren't lucky. They're active. They're making choices, taking risks, showing up, trying things. And yes, sometimes their choices don't work out. But they don't call that bad luck. They call it feedback. And they use that feedback to make better choices next time. You've been waiting for luck to change your life. But luck isn't a force that acts upon you. It's a force that acts through you. This is the moment most people click away. But stay with me, because what comes next will show you how to stop being a victim of luck and start being a creator of it. So how do you stop believing you're unlucky and start creating the life you want? It begins with understanding that luck is just preparation meeting opportunity, and you control both sides of that equation. Step 1. Stop telling the unlucky story. Pay attention to how often you blame luck for your circumstances. How often you say things like, "I never get the breaks," or "good things don't happen to me." Every time you tell that story, you reinforce the belief. And every time you reinforce the belief, you make choices that confirm it. Start telling a different story. I create my own opportunities. I make things happen. I'm exactly where my choices have led me. Step 2. Take inventory of your non-choices. Look at your life and identify all the places where you're waiting instead of acting. The job you haven't applied for, the person you haven't asked out, the business you haven't started, the trip you haven't taken, the conversation you haven't had. These aren't examples of bad luck. These are examples of non-choices, and non-choices are still choices. Step 3. Start making small bets. You don't have to make huge, life-changing decisions all at once. Start with small bets, small risks, small actions. Apply for one job you're not sure you're qualified for. Start one conversation with someone you find interesting. Take one small step toward a goal you've been avoiding. The goal isn't to succeed immediately. The goal is to start playing the game. Step 4, redefine failure. Stop seeing failure as proof that you're unlucky. Start seeing it as proof that you're trying. Every failure is data. Every rejection is information. Every setback is feedback. The people you think are lucky have failed more than you've tried. The difference is, they kept going. Step 5, show up consistently. Luck isn't random. It's the result of being present when opportunities arise. But opportunities don't announce themselves. They often look like work, like risk, like uncertainty. The more you show up, the more opportunities you'll encounter. The more opportunities you encounter, the more lucky you'll appear to others. Step 6, say yes more often. Your default response to opportunities is probably no, or maybe later, or I'm not ready. Start saying yes more often, not to everything, but to things that scare you a little. Things that could lead somewhere interesting. You don't have to be ready, you just have to be willing. Step 7, stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions don't exist. There will never be a perfect time, a perfect opportunity, a perfect situation. Watts said, if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action. Step 8, embrace uncertainty. Your need for certainty is what's keeping you stuck. You want guarantees before you act, but life doesn't offer guarantees. The only guarantee is that if you don't act, nothing will change. Learn to be comfortable with uncertainty. Learn to move forward without knowing exactly where you're going. Step 9, take responsibility for everything. This is the hardest part, taking full responsibility for your life. Not just the good parts, but all of it. Your circumstances, your relationships, your career, your happiness, all of it is the result of your choices. This isn't about blame, it's about power. Because if you're responsible for where you are, you're also capable of changing it. And when you master this, here's what transforms. Here's what happens when you stop believing you're unlucky and start creating your own luck. First, you'll discover that opportunities are everywhere. They were always there, but you weren't looking for them because you didn't believe they were for you. Second, you'll realize that lucky people aren't special. They're just active. They make more attempts, take more risks, show up more often. Third, you'll understand that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every failure teaches you something that brings you closer to what works. But here's the most profound transformation. You'll stop being a character in someone else's story and start being the author of your own. You'll realize that you were never unlucky. You were just unconscious. Unconscious of your power, unconscious of your choices, unconscious of your ability to shape your reality. Watts said, "You are the universe experiencing itself subjectively." But you've been experiencing yourself as separate from the universe, as a victim of forces beyond your control. When you wake up to your power, you realize you're not separate from the flow of life. You are the flow of life. You stop waiting for things to happen to you and start making things happen through you. You stop looking for luck and start creating it. You stop being the person who complains about their circumstances and start being the person who changes them. People will start calling you lucky. They'll say you have all the breaks, all the opportunities, all the good fortune. And you'll smile because you'll know the truth. Luck is just what people call it when preparation meets opportunity and you're brave enough to act. You'll understand what Watts meant when he said, "The art of living is neither careless drifting on the one hand, nor fearful clinging to the past on the other. It consists in being sensitive to each moment, in regarding it as utterly new and unique. Every moment is an opportunity to choose differently. Every day is a chance to create luck instead of waiting for it." You'll look back at all the years you spent believing you were unlucky and you won't feel regret. You'll feel gratitude, because those years taught you the most important lesson of all. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of them. If this message resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in the story of waiting for luck instead of creating it, if you're tired of being a passenger in your own life, then it's time to make a choice. You can keep believing you're unlucky. Keep waiting for someone or something to change your life for you. Keep telling yourself that good things happen to other people but not to you. Or you can start taking responsibility for your reality. Start making choices instead of avoiding them. Start creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. The universe isn't conspiring against you. It's not conspiring for you either. It's just responding to your choices. And every moment, you get to choose again. Subscribe if you're ready to self-decode. Because you're not unlucky. You never were. You're just ready to start playing the game.